So we created this website called KmartDesign.com because the big problems that I had with Kmart apparel were overcoming the perceptions that our designs were not on trend, right? That they were behind the curve on trend, and that they were not of high quality. And what a great way to actually engage viewers to change that. I could have gone out and talked in traditional media about that all day long, right? Just create a couple commercials, put them out there, hire a couple celebrities, and you got it done, right? I just don't think that would have worked, and I don't think it was authentic, and I don't think it was really going to tell the story to help us overcome the problems that we had in Kmart apparel with perceptions, right, that have been, rooted for many, many years down there. So we went out, we hired a documentary filmmaker to actually create documentary films on each of the designers that was working in Kmart, right? Their perspective, their view on things. On the home side, we actually had them go on trips to Paris and to London and to, Sri Lanka, where they would go and get their sort of design inspirations. And it was amazing for people to see that the candle luminaria that they had sitting on their patio table in their backyard actually started with the inspiration of a bird cage that Teresa Strickland, our chief design officer in Homes, saw in a Paris flea market. Absolutely amazing. So we looked at that, and we all felt really, really good about that. The word cloud was changing for Kmart out there as it related to design and apparel and home. Absolutely fantastic. And of course, it all comes down to this, right? Okay, we've made this extraordinary investment to change the way people think about this. Where's the return on investment, right? How do you measure that soft measure? I can show you the word cloud and show you what happened there. How do you change what's happening and at the same time drive commerce, right? And that's the tricky piece about the social media side. So Rick, if you can go ahead and click on this URL, I'll show you how we did that.
Fashion trends do come and go. So when choosing your wardrobe, think about how you're going to look in it from a year from now.
That's nice. Oh, so nice. Real still.
Whether it be the classic white shirt, you could wear that for 10 years, but it still has a lot of style to it. Because it's an anniversary shoot, they have given us a lot of clothes to pick from. These are some of my favorites for tunics.
With the designer.
Exactly. All of her clothes are comfortable. You could wear them all day. She always has a nice, slinky sort of look, which is very flowy. Every time I think you meet a celebrity, you have these ideas of what they might be. Genevieve. Obviously, she's beautiful and stunning, but she's so real and down to earth. Not everyone's like that, and it's really nice and refreshing to have someone that takes the time to ask you how you are.
So we now have a shoppable technology built into these videos, right? Let's shut the merchants up. Shoppable technology, right? You're not only watching these videos, learning how this all comes to market at Kmart. Now you can actually see Jacqueline. You can see any of the models in the clothes. You saw the stylist hold up this Jacqueline Smith tunic, and you can click on it to shop. So you can actually put that in a market basket. So now 40% of the viewers of these videos are actually creating a basket online and shopping as they go through the videos. So that's the kind of evolution and progression that you've got to be able to make. If you are a digital provider, those are the kind of solutions that we're looking for to be able to put a sharper point on the return on investment, the business case that we have to make to the organization in order to be able to continue to fund and move down this pathway towards the future. So, yep, those are the pants. Thanks for that, Rick. So you can go through any one of these videos, both on the home side or the apparel side, and use this shoppable video technology. Very, very incredible stuff. So would encourage you to go on to KmartDesign.com if you're interested in learning more about that. So we all know about Facebook, right? 400 million worldwide, 100 million mobile users, 50% of the users return daily, which is absolutely incredible, growing like crazy. It's unseated Yahoo as the #2 web property behind Google, over 132 million unique monthly visitors, and the fastest growth is going to come from mobile usage. Facebook has over 60 million such users in the US today, which is absolutely incredible, right? So what have we done in this space? I mean, this has been a tough one for us to grapple with on the retail side of things, right? Because we've done it both ways. And what we found is that you can, if you want to drive friends and you want to drive fans on Facebook, all you have to do is do a paid media program and throw something out there like a $10 gift card. You'll get friends all day long. All they want is the $10 gift card. It really isn't a meaningful, personal, digitized relationship, which is really what we want to be able to go after. But it is a very effective way, again, to reach targets that are typically harder to reach. Last year, Sears did a back-to-school Sears Campus Ready app where you could actually go online with whoever you had signed up with as a roommate in your college dorm, and you take a survey and put in what your preferences were, and they would do the same. And it would come back with sort of an aggregated survey of the things, that you were going to get along well with, things that you're going to need to watch out for, and most importantly, things that you were going to have to buy for the dorm room that you probably wanted to split up. So you take the microwave and I'll take the stereo, right? Those types of things. So it's a very effective way for us to be able to reach that marketplace. To tweet or not to tweet is no longer the question. Rather, the question is how to tweet. 50 million tweets per day, an average of 600 tweets per second. Tweeting 5,000 times a day in 2007. By 2008, it was 300,000. And by 2009, it had grown to 2.5 million per day, which is really incredible. So tweeting is another thing that's really difficult for businesses to sort of figure out what to do, right? How do you make all this stuff work? Now, there's some incredible, if you've got a lot of fans out there and you've got something that you can turn quickly with a rate, and Southwest Airlines does this all the time. If you think about Southwest Airlines, what I used to have to do to get rid of excess inventory on flights out of San Antonio this weekend, they would have to mobilize an advertising campaign. They may have done some print media. They may have put some television on, whatever, that kind of thing. All they have to do now is go out to and do a tweet that says all inventory, all seats that are available out of San Antonio from this hour to this hour on this day is $25. And man, their fans take it and run with it. So it's an incredibly, incredibly powerful tool, but it's still difficult, I think, for businesses to figure out what's the most effective way for us to use it. So, more on Twitter here. 26 million adult internet users will use Twitter on a monthly basis in 2010. So you've got to figure out what to do with it, right? It's got to become part of your platform. And what role is it going to play overall in your strategy and your technique for being able to face the consumer and the world that we live in today? Now, here's a brand that's tweeted us some dollars. So Dell has raked in more than 3 million from Twitter followers who click through its posts to its websites to make purchases. And that's exactly what you would hope to happen, right? That's what Southwest does. That's what Dell's done very well. So how does a retailer, how does another service provider, how would a hotel company use tweets to be able to do the same thing? So it's an incredibly, incredibly powerful platform. You've got to figure out where it fits and what role it's going to play. So the other question is, how can the digital customer relationship, how can that improve the customer experience? And this is a big challenge out there in the retail category. So we view the digital relationship through the lens of multi-channel retailing, right? So today, if I get on the phone, and I was actually on the phone with a business publication in Chicago the other day, and when they ask if you're growing, right, is Kmart growing, what do you think they mean? Are you opening new stores, right? Because it's very much the mindset is that it's still about bricks and mortar out there in the retail side of things. Now, make no mistake about it, bricks and mortar is a really important piece of what we do. And you've got to keep that experience fresh. You've got to meet the expectation, exceed the expectation where you can with customers in the bricks and mortar experience. But the real growth is happening out in line, and it's in multi-channel. But you've got to help educate customers on the right way to utilize these capabilities and exactly what they mean, because there's a lot to it. So with the rise of e-commerce a decade ago, modern multi-channel retailing began to evolve Y2K. So I like this little clip. Go ahead and run this, Rick.
Once upon a time, consumers had to go to great lengths to acquire the things that made their lives better. As time went by, retailers and marketers came up with inventive ways of getting their customers what they wanted. Along the way, various technological advances guided the evolution of commerce. Newspapers, magazines, radio, and television all helped eager consumers look for what they wanted to purchase and where they wanted to purchase it. Catalogs, the telephone, and the postal service combined to let the public shop in the comfort and tranquility of their own homes. But the ultimate shopping experience was yet to come. Businesses found the most ideal way to serve their valued customers. They took the combination of the pioneering technologies of the personal computer and the internet to launch the true future of retail marketing.
We've gone from really $0 transacted online 10 years ago to over almost 150 billion US dollars online this year across all categories of goods.
The customer goes on the internet, a customer goes into a store, they shop through a catalog. They're a customer, and we need to reach them wherever they are.
So, I think when this all began and the internet came alive and we realized we could set up stores there and so forth, I think in retailing, by and large, everybody believed that that would become the only store, that there wasn't a lot that had to happen beyond that. in terms of the bricks and mortar experience or doing any evolution. But as we've been talking, it is about the platform. And this is not about transition, this is about transformation. Transformation takes time. Transformation takes planning. Transformation takes investment. And that's what you've got to set up for your organization in order to be able to really move this thing forward.